Clash Mini. It's been in beta for almost 2 years now and people just can't wait for it to finally receive a global launch. Especially because it's been over 5 years since Supercell released their last game. But why is Clash Mini so special? And why is this game making it to global launch while multiple others before it haven't been able to? Well, in this video, we're going to go over Clash Mini and everything we know about it, plus some possible release dates. Clash Mini, along with Clash Quest and Clash Heroes, was first announced on April 2nd of 2021 on the official Clash of Clans YouTube channel. In this video, they showcase some early gameplay footage to build up the hype before launching the beta on November 8th of the same year to 6 different countries. And since then, the game has changed a lot and they've also expanded it to multiple other countries, but a majority of the world still doesn't have access to it. Though there are plenty of ways to download it from anywhere, which I'd say just helps bring more hype to the global launch of the game. When you first play the game, you receive the Barbarian King as your first hero and the Archer, Swordsman, Barbarian, Wizard, Magic Archer, and Spear Goblin as your first troops, which are called minis in the game. And the goal of the game is to just progress and unlock new heroes and troops as you go along, similar to a lot of other Supercell games. As of now, there are only 2 game modes to play, which are Rumble and Duels. Duels is like a 1v1 in which both players start with their heroes and can place them down on the board, and as they gain elixir after each round, they can place their minis down. Right now there are 3 different costs for minis, 2 elixir, 3 elixir, or 4 elixir, which is pretty similar to how Clash Royale works in terms of spawning in troops. The first player to 3 points wins, and this means that a game usually only takes 3 to 5 rounds, making it a fun, fast-paced game. This is also a quality in all other successful Supercell games, namely Brawl Stars, which has very short matches and is currently Supercell's most played game. The Rumble game mode is like a bracket game mode in which 8 players play and they fight each other for only 1 round, and whoever wins moves on until it gets to the final, where you get your winner. Both of these game modes give you gold, pass tokens, and trophies which help you progress in the game. These game modes also have a ranked counterpart for anyone who wishes to play it. But there are also 2 other game modes, but these ones are PvE modes instead of PvP. The first one is called Puzzles, which used to be called Expeditions, and this is like the single player mode and is very similar to the Goblin map in Clash of Clans. In this game mode, there are 14 single player levels in which you just have to beat the AI, and there are multiple difficulties that give different rewards. The other game mode is called Raids, and this one is played with 4 other members of your clan. The players have a 24-hour period to do their attacks and try and defeat the boss, which is a lava golem. This is very similar to the clan capital in Clash of Clans, where different clan members can attack the same target to try and weaken it each time for the next person to hopefully defeat it. In this game mode, you also get rewards, but it can only be played once a day. And in all of these game modes, you can also complete your daily and weekly quests to help you progress further, but we will get into that later. But obviously the game wasn't always like this and has changed a lot since the early gameplay footage was released. So let's look at some of the biggest changes to the game so far and how they've affected it. When it first launched in beta, the game already had one massive noticeable change, which was that the grid size was increased for spawning in the minis. But after that, about a month later, the game got its first big update, which was the Christmas update. This introduced the first new heroes and minis, which was the Royal Champion and the Musketeer and Prince. You can unlock both of these either through special quests or just through the shop. This also brought in the first event, which was the Clashmas event, in which you could get a special skin for the Spear Goblin as well as other rewards. This was also when mini rooms, crystal coins, and more quests were introduced. The next update 3 months later introduced another hero and 3 more minis, but the most important thing was the clans and clan raids, which I talked about earlier. 2 months later in the Season 3 update, the Trophy Road was also introduced, which was a new way of unlocking minis and heroes, as well as a rework of the progression system for heroes, where they now unlock their first upgrade at level 4 and the second one at level 8 instead of what it was earlier. Next up in the July update, the Puzzles game mode was introduced, which was called Expeditions at the time, and this update also introduced daily gifts, which gave a good reason for players to log in every day and has most likely contributed to even more success for the game, similar to Clash Royale. And now fast forward to November of 2022, and we have one of the biggest updates yet. This one introduced Gizmos, which are even more things you can place on your board, but these are like buildings and cannot move. They all have different abilities and make the game extremely more fun and interesting. And for a while they could be used in normal game modes, but in July of 2023 it was changed so that now they can only be used in a special event mode called Gizmo Chaos. But other than Gizmos, the whole progression system was also changed. Now you needed crown shards and skill shards to upgrade your heroes and star shards to upgrade your minis. There are also a ton of other changes, but the progression and Gizmos were the biggest one, and that has been the final big update. After that, it has just been a lot of minor and balance changes. So now that we have all that out the way, let's talk about why this game is going to make it to global launch and when that could possibly be. The first and probably biggest reason is that the game isn't pay to win. Obviously, we all know that pay to win has been a problem in quite a lot of Supercell games and has been what has turned a lot of players off from playing them. And it is also why Brawl Stars got so popular, because it wasn't pay to win, though with the most recent update that is getting a little questionable. But I'm gonna let it slide for now since the game has been very free to play friendly for a long time. But it also does make me worry that it's going down the same path as Clash Royale, but we will just have to wait and see. Anyways, back to Clash Mini. The game is very free to play friendly just because of the multiple different ways you can unlock things. You have the Trophy Road, quests, puzzles, star exchange, and obviously the shop to get star shards to upgrade your minis as well as help you in unlocking new ones. There is also the mini pass, which does cost money but is a way to just spend a little bit of money to help you progress a whole lot faster. And all of this leads Clash Mini to be considered the least pay to win game, especially after the Brawl Stars update. But now, when will the game finally be getting a full global launch? In my opinion, it's going to happen on the 8th of November in 2023. This is because of two reasons. One is that it'll be the 2-year anniversary of the game, and second is that we haven't gotten any big updates in a while, so Supercell might be waiting for the global launch to do another big update. Let me know what you guys think about this, and also tell me why you're most excited for Clash Mini. And with that said, I'll see you guys in the next video.